Australia Dhivehi guligeng Korea da harakat tawgetere National Art Gallery mot Korea mida Boundless planes behe malmat tibefuna hame hissa kolumantaka ad mehe exception ge wahagata tibefuna hame on genesene war hasa de mehe mauna ekuga enkam algondo mi interview Korea gendani igresi bahum. I would like to welcome His Excellency Mr. David Jessup, High Commissioner of Australia to the Maldives, as well as the founder of the Islamic Museum of Australia, Mr. Mustafa Fahoub. Thank you so much for finding time for this particular interview with us. I would just like to pose my first question to His Excellency. So the first question is actually, this is the first of its kind here in the Maldives, especially by the Australian government, where we are having an exhibition as such. Could you tell us a few words about the significance of this moment for you?
Well, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. You're right, it is the first time the Australian High Commission has staged an exhibition here in Mali. I've attended many exhibitions at this fantastic space, the National Art Gallery, and I've always had in the back of my mind looking for an opportunity to stage an exhibition that really sort of promoted Australian multicultural society. And so the opportunity to partner with the Islamic Museum of Australia presented itself. And so we've combined it with our Australia Day celebrations for this year. And it really does highlight, as you'll hear from sort of explanation of the exhibition, the really rich and multicultural society that Australia is today. So there are many, many stories that are told throughout the exhibition. So it's a wonderful opportunity, and the High Commission is really proud to be able to partner with the museum and the National Art Gallery to present the exhibition.
Thank you so much for that response. It is really exciting as well. I would like to pose my next question to Mr. Mustafa. Could you tell us a little bit about this exhibition? Basically the journey of capturing these photographs, telling this story of Australia for us. Could you tell us a little bit about the entire exhibition itself?
Yes, firstly, thank you for having me, and assalamu alaikum to everybody. A big thank you to the National Art Gallery and the Australian High Commission, for taking such an active role in helping us bring the Australian Muslim connection to the Maldives. The idea first began when I had the idea to establish Australia's first Islamic Museum of Australia. And to be able to establish such a museum, I myself wanted to know what that Islamic history was in Australia. I'm a born Australian Muslim, and I really didn't know that it had such a rich history. And it goes and dates back all to pre-European settlement, from the Aboriginals that used to trade with Muslim Indonesian Macassans. The monsoonal rings used to bring them to the shores. That rich history that dates from then to the Afghan Cameliers, to Albanian Muslims that came to help on the sugarcane farms, right through to the Snowy Hydro and to what we have, which are the Islamic institutions today, shows such a rich fabric, but the contributions Muslims made to Australia. And what that was aimed to demonstrate was that you can be Australian and Muslim and contribute to the society you live in. So I'm proud that we're able to share this story to the Maldivian community.
His Excellency has also said it really well that Australia shares a lot of rich multicultural societies within Australia itself. Could you tell us a little bit about the story that depicts in this particular exhibition, what it actually says about the multicultural society in Australia?
The beauty about the Australian Muslim connection is that it involves so many different nationalities and cultures. And it's only one story of what makes Australia such a multicultural society. And we wanted to document that history and that story. And it starts with Indonesians that traded with the indigenous, and they intermarried, they traded with each other harmoniously, and that even the Aboriginals on Elcho Island used the same burial practices as Muslims. So they took the learnings from that they liked and left behind the things they didn't like. And then we had the Afghan, the Baluchistan Cameliers that helped Australia connect Australia when European settlement came through, because the horses were dying. So then you had the Afghan-Pakistan migration, which built the first mosques. And then that story continues to European Muslims. Then the first passage that allowed Muslim settlement was the Australian-Turkish passage. So you're seeing that rich, diverse culture that came to Australia that helped build and what made Australia such a successful multicultural country it is today.
Right. His Excellency, we have seen a lot of times where art and culture actually connects one country or one nation to the other. But this is a really different type of an approach. It comes through an exhibition, it comes through a lot of history. Could you tell us a little bit about what effect it has on the bilateral relationship between the Maldives and Australia through this exhibition?
Sure. So, I mean, the backbone, I always describe the backbone of the bilateral relationship is education. So many Maldivians have had the opportunity to study in Australia, either through Australian government-funded scholarships or self-funded. So I think the education linkages and the people-to-people linkages are really strong in the bilateral relationship. So I see this exhibition as building on those people-to-people links and education. So exhibitions, museums, it's all about education. And so I'm hoping that the people that come through the exhibition will take away a piece of knowledge that they didn't know about beforehand, something about that rich fabric of Australian society. You know, I wasn't aware that the Indonesian, the Karsens, travelled across to Australia before white settlement. So the history of Islam and Muslim people in Australia goes way back before European settlement. So I've learned something. I hope other people take the opportunity to come along. The exhibition will be open until the 5th of February. So there's an opportunity for people to learn something about that rich multicultural society that is Australia.
I think I would have to agree with both of you gentlemen here. I mean, this is the first time I'm knowing that there's such a rich history of Islam or Muslims here in Australia itself. Just one more question to Mr. Mustafa. What would you like for Maldivians to take away from this particular exhibition?
The exhibition was really about, and the museum generally, was about the verse in the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I created you into nations and tribes to get to know one another. We are all different and we all come from different backgrounds. But if we share our stories, we get to know one another and take the positives and the goods. And then for our differences, we respect each other. And this is really the learnings and the educational element we want to bring out. This is not just about the Muslim history that came to Australia. This is also about inspiring the Maldivian history and what that means and the culture and the learnings from it. Because everyone comes, in the end, my goal is that one day we're in society where the word multiculturalism doesn't exist, because we all come from different backgrounds.
My final question to His Excellency is actually, in the wake of the recent terrorist attack on Bondi Beach, this exhibition is actually a sombering reminder of the long, lasting history of all Australians alike. What would you like? What messages would you like to give away to the Maldivians through this exhibition in light of that?
You are right. Australia has suffered a tragic terrorist attack just before 14th of December, and in fact, it ties in so nicely with the messages that we are trying to convey through this exhibition. So, since the tragic incident at Bondi Beach, Australia has really put a lot of effort, the Australian government, into social cohesion and creating unity. And so this exhibition really demonstrates those messages, which is why we've coordinated and combined it with our Australia Day celebration. Australia Day really is an opportunity for Australians to come together in that unity and create that social cohesion, to reflect on our history, on our past, to respect all of the different stories that make up Australia, and to celebrate that diversity. So this exhibition really does demonstrate all of those themes and bring them together. So I hope that people that come through the exhibition can appreciate the stories and just develop that understanding and knowledge about the very strong multicultural society that is Australia, and the importance of social cohesion, tolerance, and everybody getting along together.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. I do believe that this exhibition itself actually would be a good platform for almost all the Maldivians who would visit this exhibition, that it actually gives a very direct message in terms of connection as well as unity, as well as being in a multicultural society. And I hope that our viewers has actually got the message which the both of you gentlemen has actually set forth today. Once again, I would like to thank you wholeheartedly for taking the time to give us this particular interview with regards to the Boundless, planes exhibition that is happening here in the National Art Gallery. Thank you so much for the time.